And welcome to another Jono Talks podcast. Today we're doing an AFL season preview. Today I've got Matthew Horrigan and Joshua Galbraith. They both play for the DLSL Football Club, don't they?
Yeah, the old boys.
What level's that?
Under 19s in the BAPA.
Yeah.
Amateur footy.
Yeah. No, all good. So we'll be able to discuss the AFL quite in depth. So, the NAB Challenge boys, who really impressed you in the NAB Challenge?
The teams that impressed me, certainly the old boys, the Collingwood team. I think they were pretty impressive and look like they're going to be pretty good this year. Same with Geelong as well. I think they're going to be pretty hard to beat coming into the year.
For me, I just can't go past Melbourne. I think, they played a close to full strength side, but they look a lot more impressive last year, attacking wise in particular.
Yeah, and they have so many good young players. Like they have Hogan.
Jesse Hogan.
Who else they have? Clayton Oliver. We were talking about before the podcast. He looks a talent.
Yeah, he looked pretty impressive.
Yeah, Brayshaw coming back, and I think Trengo is ready for. Start again. I think he's missed 2 years.
Yeah,
so
it's like a foot injury.
Certainly hoping he'll be back because he was a pretty good player in the first couple of weeks before injury hit.
Yeah, and you even have Petrarca, who hasn't even played.
Yeah, he's a big boy. Looks absolutely massive. Be interesting to see how he goes.
Mm-hmm. And just on the topic of the young players, I think the one that really caught our eye was Callum Mills from Sydney.
Yeah, very good for the fantasy team. Be sticking on the bench.
Yeah.
The Isaac Beanie of 2016, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So for AFL Fantasy, for those who don't play it, it's basically just a game where you can just pick, different players according to a price level. So I think Callum Mills is one of the cheapest, and obviously you'd go him because it's 220,000.
Yeah, his price will pick up after round 3? Is that when it picks up? So after round 3, I'd assume I can cash him in for the proven superstar of the game.
Yeah, plenty of value in Callum Mills, no doubt.
I think now though that the price rises after each round, but it's minimal. I think.
Oh right. Well, one way or the other, I'll make a profit of him.
You make a profit.
Yeah.
That's the aim, isn't it? And then you downgrade to your bench spots. And I'll tell you about the bench spots. Essendon players, right? Because
Simpkin.
half their good players are not even playing. And
Simpkin.
Jonathan Simpkin, I know Matt's a Hawthorn supporter, so he'll probably be able to tell us more about him. But he just racks up.
I think he won the Liston Trophy in the VFL about 2 years in a row or something like that.
Yeah.
Premiership play at AFL level. So he might have been a sub, but even so, he just racks up the ball.
Yeah, and he's probably going to be one of Essendon's better players because who have they got? Honestly,
there's plenty of young players who have played for Essendon this year, but they're just not quite at the level where they're going to be ready to compete.
I'd be tipping the wooden spoon.
Well, yeah, I mean, in the NAB Challenge, they got thumped by West Coast. Granted, it was over there, but it was like 105 points.
Yeah, they're not looking too impressive, to say the least.
Whoever the prospective number 1 pick of 2016 is probably going to be just pulling on their Essendon jumper right now, I think.
Yeah, I mean, before, if it wasn't this Essendon issue, would you say Carlton?
Would probably be the doubt.
However,
they're going to be the worst team in it, for sure.
They do look like they've improved under Bolton. In the NAB Challenge, they've been more competitive than they were last year, and they're playing a much more attractive brand of footy. So we'll have to wait and see. But I think they might pick up a couple of wins against the Bombers.
Yeah,
they'll probably be more competitive than they were last year, but the quality of player is really low. So especially like the Fusion
Daisy Thomas, he did an absolute couple of shockers on the week.
He looks like he couldn't even kick the
footy. I don't know why they picked him up.
Do you know how much he's on? Apparently he's on
a lot
of money.
700,000.
Yeah.
They were in the Premiership window when they picked him up, weren't they?
Oh, apparently.
Well, they said they were in the Premiership window. I don't think they actually were. But that's why they recruited. I mean, you look at Carlton's recruiting, not just they recruited Mick Malthouse to coach because they thought they were in the Premiership window. That didn't turn out well.
They were so far off it. Yeah. As soon as I understand the reasoning behind it, but they were lacking a key forward. Once Bev went.
They were lacking a bit more than a key forward. They were lacking a lot.
Yeah, the spine wasn't there.
Yeah.
And just quality players weren't there.
I think, in generally, their recruiting has just been like probably their best player is probably their second year player, third year I think, Patrick Cripps.
Second year, I think.
Yeah,
Second year. Yeah, but you can't be relying on one player. I mean, you said Collingwood you were impressed with. I think one of the reasons why they've been impressive, you look at our midfield depth, we've got Adam Treloar, Scott Pendlebury, Dane Swan, Barco, Greenwood, Crisp, Taylor Adams. So we've got, I think, and that's what's really been a catalyst of Hawthorn's success, I feel. The fact that the versatility, Mitchell being able to play on like a half-back, do you think that's going to be key this year?
For sure, yeah. I mean, a lot of those players, Hodge, Mitchell, Burgoyne, are still our key players, and they're well and truly over 30. Gibson as well. So I think on occasions they're going to have to play in a different position. Mitchell can't play in the midfield as the same. I mean, he's still racked up 45.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Day, but
yeah.
I mean, they don't look like they're slowing down, but Clarkson's, I think, a really good coach in the fact that he limits their risk of a serious career-ending injury. So by playing them, adapting their game style.
Yeah, I mean, because the one thing you've got to think about this season is the rotations are coming down, like to 90. I mean, and you look at the speed of the AFL; it's so quick. There's so much demand on the players. Versatility is going to be across everywhere because you might not be able to go on the bench, so you'll need to be able to rest forward. It might be a strength for the teams that have depth like Hawthorn, but for some teams like Carlton, they take Cripps out of the midfield, and they've got Murphy, Gibbs, but Cripps is really the guy who just gets the ball going.
Yeah, I think a couple of these new rule changes are going to help teams like Hawthorn. The interchange and also the fact that 10 metres around the player with the kicking ball.
Yes.
That I think will definitely help Hawthorn with their kicking skills. So I think it's going to be pretty hard to beat the Hawks come September again.
Yeah, I don't think you would bet against them. Who do you think? Who else do you think could contend for the flag aside from Hawthorn?
Gee, there aren't many. I think it's going to be
West
Coast again.
Yeah.
I just don't think Fremantle were good enough, and I don't think Sydney are good enough.
I'd stick Port up there.
Yeah, Port get a good run with injuries, they're a chance. But I think, and maybe in North Melbourne, if they can string it consistently together through the home and away season, get themselves a top 4 spot. But I think it's going to be the two teams we saw last year with the big dance back again and chip.
Yeah, I mean, Fremantle. I think they released the AFL official rankings like yesterday or something. I think Nat Fyfe was first, so they have the players, but they rely too much on Pav. Like he's what 34, 33 years old.
Past
yeah,
prime.
But they don't really have any other key forward.
Yeah, that's why I think they were looking at McCarthy from GWS.
Their midfield's as good as it gets at Fremantle, but their key position is just not good enough. Like their defence with McFarlane retiring.
Yeah.
And Pav as good as on his last legs.
Yeah, I mean Dawson's a good stopper, but he doesn't get the ball going. You look at Hawthorn, someone like Gibson just intercepts marks, spoils, kicks the ball well. What do you think about that though? Because Brian Lake's not playing for Hawthorn in the back line. Like who I know you're playing some younger players back there.
Yeah, for sure. I think obviously Chip Frawley will head back on the biggest bloke down there. He's now our key centre half back, full back player. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what we'll do. Whether we might play Gibson again. I know in the past we've played Gibson as
Daniel Howdo's been.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. But I don't think he's all that big. He's only 190 centimetres, so that's he'd be another Gibson type player who's not quite big enough. I mean, but Gibson has proven in the past he can play on the bigger blokes.
I think if worse comes to worse, you got someone like Ryan Showmaker sitting in the forward line.
Yeah.
He's a proven centre half back at AFL level. I think he could easily fit in there. And you got Chip Frawley obviously, and young Little Lamb.
Yeah, Gus Little Lamb. Yeah.
Third tall with Gibson as well. So there's plenty of depth there at Hawthorn with defence, forward, and let's be honest, they're the best team in the next 1 mile. So yeah, I think. I'd say it's hard to beat.
So what about St Kilda though? Because in the past that used to be their weakness, wasn't it? Just like key defenders, really.
Yeah, defence has been our weakness for a long time. We've had Sam Fisher, Sean Dempster there. They're not quite big enough to be playing on guys like Cloak and Hawkins, but they've done an unbelievably good job for a long time. Obviously, we recruited Jake Carlisle over the summer, which clearly hasn't worked out for this year, but no doubt in 3-4 years' time, hopefully we'll be reaping the rewards of that. And also, Huey Goddard we got last year in the draft. Played 8 to 10 games by the end of last year and looks really, really good.
Is he a key defender though?
Yeah, 100%. He's
Yeah.
198 centimetres. He'll play us in half back for the next 10 years for the club and hopefully play 200 games and maybe a premiership player.
Yeah, and he's a proper rebound defender.
Yeah.
Like, he can get off his man and set up the play.
He'll kick the footy alright and he'll defend well. And he certainly won't take a back step like his cousin Brendan. So,
yeah.
a long time the club will have him at centre half back.
And it was funny because I attended the AFL Captains Day yesterday, and Joe Watson wasn't there as the Essendon captain. It was Brendan Goddard. And you kind of look at that. I mean, he went to Essendon to stay in the premiership window, and now they're going to win the wooden spoon. So, you know, it's kind of like, it's just like, imagine you were Brendan Goddard, and you went in to Essendon the first year, and then all this drug stuff is like coming up. It's been just, I think he wishes he stayed at St Kilda.
Yeah, there's a lot of jokes being made about the Brendan Goddard movie and how unbelievably extraordinary that would be from about 2008 through to now. Obviously losing 2 grand finals and then going to Essendon, making that move, and then all the disasters that happened there since then. So his movie would be one to watch for sure. But yeah, certainly he'd be regretting the decision. You got to sort of feel for him a little bit. Like his mate Nick Del Santo's gone to North Melbourne, playing back-to-back preliminary finals, and there's still a chance for premiership. Whereas he's no chance now. Let's be honest, to Essendon. And it's probably a better chance for him to come back to St Kilda, to be honest. And I don't think we're that close either. So you got to feel for him a little bit, no doubt.
Yeah, and Matt, what are your thoughts about that?
I think he's made a real poor decision. I don't know, like what is he, 32? 31?
Oh, he's a bit younger. He's like 30.
He's definitely past 30. Probably wouldn't.
Really? He's 32?
Yeah, he's definitely past 30.
So I mean, he's really nearing the end of his career. I mean, he's still a very good player, but I mean, it's hard to say, but why not have a crack at the next couple of years? Just try and get a move to a window. I mean, I wouldn't mind him at Hawthorn. I doubt anything. I don't think he'll ever move from Essendon now. But I'd give it a crack.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's
free agency these days.
Yeah, he's sticking. I think he'll have to stick by the club. I mean, they're going through such a hard time at Essendon, and he's captain there now, so he's in the leadership group.
Yeah.
He's, a big part of that club now for the next couple of years and trying to get them back on their feet. But it's just hard to see. It's hard to. I feel bad for him.
Yeah. But I guess. Sorry, Josh, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, I think there was an interview in the paper the other week or somewhere online maybe that sort of the first time in his career he's faced the reality that he's going into a season knowing he's not going to win a premiership. For his 8-10 years, wherever he was at St Kilda, every year we were as good as a finals contender, and then even in his first couple of years at Essendon, they were around the mark, albeit sort of 7%, but they felt as though they were around the mark, whereas this year's going in knowing it's not going to happen this year. And I don't think it's going to happen in the next 2-3 years either. So, and I don't see him leaving Essendon. So I don't think that premiership is going to happen for him, unfortunately. But he's certainly done everything he bloody well could to try. Yeah,
I mean, do you think they're in the premiership window though? Like when they get their players back, like Dyson Heppel?
They need a complete rebuild, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to start from scratch again and try and utilise recruitment and pick up
and just
talented young players and just get play to kids. What they'll do this year, hopefully, just play a lot of the kids and get game time into them.
Yeah, when you look at the 12 players that are suspended, pretty much the only one who's in sort of their prime of their career is Dyson Heppel.
Yeah.
You got guys like Watson, obviously, who's probably retired. Stanton's gone. Cale Hooker, they're looking like he's not going to be there next year. So maybe Michael Hurley, but again, playing centre half back is not going to win a premiership. So I think it's going to be pretty hard for him to win a premiership in the next 10 years, to be honest. They just,
especially because it's like
disappointing for the game that Carlton and Essendon are the bottom 2 sides in the comp.
It's such big.
They're the biggest clubs, closest. They're 2 of the biggest 5 clubs for the last 100 years, and they're both on their knees at the moment.
Well, and I'd say Essendon kind of self-inflicted that damage. I mean, the whole drug thing. I mean, I had a whole podcast about it. Like, not too long ago with Carl Bianco from SYN, and we just talked about just like how it's been going on for like 3 years.
A lot of poor decisions were made with that whole situation.
Yeah.
So I mean, we all know the story. But, yeah, it could have been handled a lot better.
Reality is, though, I think we don't know the whole story. You'd hate to think sort of what's happened behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know. But yeah, it's been handled horrendously by all involved, and hopefully in 12 months' time we can all look back and go, there, it's all over.
Yeah, I'd love to talk about it, but it just seems like such a topic that's been covered so extensively throughout the years. I'm not even going to bother like covering it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's been done to death.
Yeah.
every day in the paper was just another article about bloody Essendon Asada.
Yeah.
Case.
I didn't even concentrate on football. It was a bit weird. But so who do you like this year for AFL Fantasy? Who are you like we were talking about before the podcast, Gary Ablett?
He's a must-have.
Yeah,
I reckon.
Must-have.
Have to.
Well, I'd argue that the must-have of all would be Tom Rockcliffe. If you have a look at the statistics, he averaged 135 in 1 year, and he not only does he kick the ball handball, he racks it up, he tackles like a machine. Gary Ablett doesn't do that.
Yeah,
And tackles are worth 4 points.
I think reality is like
He missed a lot of games.
Yeah, he's been unbelievably good probably for the last 2 years in a really, really bad side. But he's coming in really well underdone. He hasn't played any practice games, and I think at the captain's day there, he wasn't there yesterday because of injury. He's not 100% ready for round one, so he's a risky choice. But still, if he's 100% fit, he's a gun. But yeah, I think Gary Ablett, he's without a doubt the best we've seen.
We all know what Gary Ablett can do. We've seen like how good he can be. You know, what did he rack up one time against Collingwood 52 touches or something like that?
Oh yeah,
he hasn't won 2 Brownlow medals for no reason.
Yeah.
So I think he's got to be the one to have, and followed closely by Nat Fife, Fremantle.
Yeah.
He's
Five,
star.
yeah.
Arguably, Gary could have won a few more Brownlow medals, but he's always been in contention.
Yeah, possibly should have. Really.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think he went into 2 Brownlow medal counts as favourite. Both
didn't win either of them. Yeah.
So he's been the best I've ever seen.
Yeah. Do you think Nat Fife will take over that mantle?
Yeah.
Or do you think Gary Ablett?
If he stays on the path, that if he keeps playing like he did last year, there's no question he'd be. I mean, he's just he kicks goals. He's got such a big body. He can do everything.
He is only 24 years old, I think.
Yeah.
He's got 8 to 10 years left. And I think this new rotation system, it'll mean him play forward a lot more.
Oh yeah.
Which is going to be frightening for any centre back.
Same with Patrick Dangerfield. You saw that in the NAB Cup. He just looks absolutely amazing.
He's one that's really impressed me. I was at the pub the other couple of weeks ago, just having a palmer and a keys and a couple of
couple of drinks, watching the footy. Yeah.
But they had a replay of the Geelong, whether it was Geelong Essendon, I think, game, and every time I looked at the screen, it was just Dangerfield kicking a goal, running out the ruck and kick. You know, he just looked like he had the ball every time.
I think
I saw the screen.
And the AFL captain on the AFL website, when they had their AFL Captains Day, they did a survey on who they think will win the Brownlow, and Patrick Dangerfield was the top one. I think followed by Nat Fife, Dan Hanbury, I think was mentioned.
Hanbury's a big chance, I reckon.
He's been a consistent bowler for the last couple of years.
He won the not the Brownlow medal, but the Coaches Award.
Yeah, well, he's a very good player, Hanbury. I mean, I'd even throw Mitchell in the mix because he just seems to always bowl well.
You guarantee the ball on the games to get votes. It's just a matter of whether his teammates take them on.
Yeah, that's the only issue.
Yeah, I mean, Sam Mitchell could win the Brownlow, but from a few years previous.
Well, I think unfortunately, I mean, as deserved as Watson is of the award, it's like anything. If an Olympian's been found guilty of doping, they're stripped of their medals. I just think it's got to follow suit. Unfortunately, I do love Watson as a player, and he was a very good player that year. But unfortunately, I think he's gonna get stripped of that medal.
Yeah.
And I think it was Cochin and Mitchell who came second. So whether it would go to them or not, I'm not too sure.
What would you like to see though? Would you like to just see it stripped off him and just remain vacant, or would you like to see it handed down to Sam Mitchell and Trent Cotchin?
Look, to me, it's no. Doesn't matter to me, but I think.
Oh, it matters to Sam Mitchell and Trent Cotchet. Like, if you're a Brownlow medalist.
I think, as much as that looks good for them, I don't think they'd want to win that way. Whether they'd want to win a Brownlow medal from 4 years ago. Yeah, they get known as a Brownlow medalist in 15 years' time, but they weren't the best player. They weren't voted the best player that year. It's a sticky situation. In some ways, it's almost better just to wipe it from.
Yeah, I think it kind of, to a much larger extent, obviously, but it does draw some type of similarity with the Lance Armstrong Tour de France situation. I think in that case, so the titles just remain vacant. I don't think they actually handed it. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what they'll do, but I think a lot of Cochin and Mitchell and a lot of the players in the league would pass in a Brownlow medal for a premiership medal any day of the league.
Yeah,
I think both those players both said that it wouldn't be the way they wanted to win a Brownlow.
Yeah. But they'd accept it.
Yeah. Well, it's just. I mean, they feel so bad for Joe Watson as well. What he's had to go through. I mean, it's taken a toll physically.
Emotionally as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there was he's just had to hold that team together for probably, arguably the worst 4 years of the club's history. So. He's had a massive job that he's done well, but I think he's past it footy now. I think he's just had enough.
Yeah,
I mean, what he'll do after, whether he'll play on after this year or not, I'm not too sure. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Essendon training players though, obviously they can't go, they can't actually train in their club, but. Did you read that article how they were training at a school?
Yeah, St. Bede's the maintainer.
Yeah, Joe Watson was.
Joe
Watson was training, but it could have just been for general
there
fitness.
was a group of them. I think it was Heppel, Watson, I think even Crummery, who's now the Royals, he was there as well. So there's 8 or 9 of them there.
Maybe he wants to go on, Joe Watson.
Yeah, I think you'd have to consider it, but I'm not sure what the motivation would be from that. Given it,
it's not a premiership.
They're not going to be any good for a long time. He's 32 at least now. He obviously battled the last 2 years, both with injuries, and he's actually said he didn't really love the game as much. Yeah. I just don't see why he would want to come back.
And on a kind of slightly different topic, there've been not a lot of retirees, but there's been a few retirees, not older players, but younger players who have just left the game because it's become too professional. I think.
There's a Hawthorn player on the Hawthorn list today. His name's escaped me. I think he's from New Zealand.
He's very young though. I think.
Quite young. He has interest outside of footy, so and a lot of them. Nowadays, it is such a highly professional sport that it's 24/7 footy, and whilst they might love the game, they might not enjoy a lot of the other stuff. You look at playing Swan and all that, but I think he hates training. So.
He's a gun on field though.
Yeah, he definitely is.
It's 3 hours a week they're going to do what they love, and then however many hours a week it's sort of torture. In some ways a drag for them, but certainly get paid a lot. So.
Oh yeah.
Do worse things to be doing.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
But I mean, just the professionalism involved. I mean, they train so hard these days. They've always trained hard, but especially now, like we said, the rotations are coming down. Fitness is going to be huge. Port Adelaide, Matt mentioned as one to potentially contend for a premiership. They're renowned for their run and carry. They've got some gun players, Ollie Wines. I've got him in my AFL Fantasy. I don't know if you do, but I highly recommend.
Wingard as well is just a superstar. And if the Hoff can turn it on more consistently, I think they'll be a very good side. Because he's one, when he's on song, he's hard to stop.
I agree with you. Yeah, the one thing that's going to hurt them, I think, is Ryder. I didn't think it would, because I just thought, they'd just go with Lobie, but Lobie doesn't look that comfortable as the number 1 ruckman, in my opinion.
He was definitely at their best before Paddy Ryder came as the number 1 ruck.
And I think he's used to playing just as a sole ruckman.
But in the NAB Challenge, he's been shocking. Literally, he's been, not winning the hit out. He doesn't get the ball. He doesn't mark it as well. So it's more tackling pressure. That's going to be a weakness for them, I think.
For him to be the best, he has to be the number 1 ruckman. He just couldn't play forward at all last year. He really battled. with Paddy Rowe in the team. So if he's going to play, he's going to play number one ruck, and see how it goes.
But in general, for a lot of teams, I think gone are the days where a ruckman can solely play as a ruckman. I mean, you know, you can have a pinch hit ruckman, but I mean, 90 rotations. I mean, that's like they had 120 rotations last year.
It's a significant.
It is a significant difference. And you're going to have a ruckman who, at times, has to play forward because you need to rotate your midfielders through the.
There'll be. I think most teams will go similar to what they did last year. Have one ruckman and then have a forward, a genuine forward who can play ruck. Like I know St Kilda had someone like Billy Longer plays genuine ruck, and then Josh Bruce playing as a full forward, then plays 5 minutes a quarter in the ruck. So I think that's sort of the way it's going to have to go. So playing two ruckmans is going to be too hard for most clubs. Like 90 rotations, and unless they're really, really good forwards, it's just not going to work. So you're going to have to play one ruck.
Yeah, we're the same similar trend with. We had David Hale, who's now retired.
Yeah.
He would sit up forward and then he'd rotate with Segler or McAvoy.
He's been one of the best in that for a long time.
So, that's probably the way it's going to go.
Just have that pinch hit ruckman who can actually just play forward and the ruck. Who's going to be that for Hawthorn this year? Because David Hale's gone.
Well, McAvoy can go forward. It takes him up.
But you wouldn't play Segler.
Well, it'll be Segler and McAvoy as our two big bodies, especially without ruckman. So we need someone. I mean, Sean Makers as well will go up forward, I assume.
Play a bit of ruck as well, probably.
Yeah, he could probably run around in a ruck a bit. When I look at players like Blitzards, who sort of revolutionised that role. Like, I mean, he nearly made the Olympic team in 100 metres.
Yeah.
So he's an unbelievable runner, and he's almost like having another on-baller, pretty much.
Yeah, 3 years later, he's Geelong best player. So
yeah, he's really come by Rick.
Another good ruckman, Stephen Martin from Brisbane.
Yeah, definitely.
He plays like a genuine on-bowler, and he's really strong in the contest. Mumford. So it's not just about the hit-outs. It's about that's why you can have pinch-hit ruckman. You just need to be competitive.
See, Mumford's key to GWS, I think, this year, because we saw last year they were travelling so well with him in the side, and then as soon as he went down for the season-ending injury, unfortunately, they just weren't as good. They didn't have such a big body.
Yeah, they like to do competitive in the second half of the year, as much as the retired young bodies, but also the like of Shane Mumford, just a intimidating sort of player out in the field that brings a bit of spunk to the GWS midfield. So
they'll be very good this year, though. GWS, I'm tipping a top 8 finish.
I think it's time for one of those two GWS or the Suns to make the finals.
What we have to consider though is McCarthy. I mean, he doesn't look like he's going to come back in the foreseeable future. Do you think that will affect the GWS chances in any way?
No, because they've still got Jonathan Patton, Jeremy Cameron, Adam Tomlinson. 3 of the best young key forwards in the game at the moment. But
their forward line is so good.
It's frightening. To be honest, I'm not even sure whether McCarthy will get a game if he was playing anyway. He was good last year, but with Patton back full fitness, Jeremy Cameron, although he's suspended for the first month of the year, but I think he battled to get a game. And even without him, they'll still be fine, no doubt. Even, I think, the inclusion of Steve Johnson this year.
Yes.
If he plays as a genuine forward pocket, he could kick 50 goals a year.
He looked very impressive early on in his Mad Collins game.
Adds another dimension to the Giants forward line, which is going to be pretty dangerous again this year.
Yeah. I mean, I love how GWS have recruited. They've got... He sure looks amazing in the back line. He reads the play so well.
Just a cool head down there.
Yeah, Griffin. They've got some senior boys and they're not too young anymore to the point where they can't win games against the top. Yeah, so
they're ready to go.
They're ready to go. So you got like Toby Green's ready to break out. Treloar's gone, but they can replace him.
They've still got. The seconds team would have at least 10 first-round picks, I reckon. Without knowing off the top of my head, I reckon it'll be around the 10 mark. Guys that we haven't even seen play AFL footy yet. Names
Pickett.
To me, Jared Pickett,
Ahern, yes. They're first-round draft picks.
Yeah, there's probably 3 or 4 in the top 10, and then half a dozen 10 top 20 picks that we haven't seen yet, and they'll be frighteningly good in this couple of years.
Yeah, during the trade period, they actually traded like most of their draft picks for. Oh no! They got rid of most of their some of their fringe players
For draft picks.
for just like a few draft picks. Not like heaps of draft picks, just a few, because I think they already knew they had the draft picks anyway.
Yeah, no, it was to get their academy players. So they got Jacob Hobart number 5 or 6, and then I think it's Matt Kennedy at number 10 or 11, and then another one in the 20s. So there's probably 3 or 4 of those kids have come through in the top 30 in the draft last year.
Yeah.
Add to the next half a dozen that are already there. So it's frightening how good they could be in just 5 years.
Yeah. So Matt, why do you think Hawthorn's been so successful over a number of years if they haven't got those high draft picks?
In our recruiting strategy with the, obviously when Clarkson took over in 2006, we were well and truly down the bottom of the ladder. However, we secured a few, our sort of core midfield at the time, we secured earlier on because I think we got Luke Hodge at number 1 from sending Trent Code and Luke McFarlane over to Fremantle. And in that same draft, we had Sam Mitchell as well. And the next year, we had Franklin and Rufford, who, as we know, were dynamic as a forward.
What was Mitchell in the draft? He got picked late.
Yeah, he was I've forgotten exactly what he was, but no one picked him because he didn't have the speed or anything. But you look at him now,
Was he a rookie drafted player?
I think he was.
Nah, I think he was in the national draft, but he wasn't one that would stand out for the draft combine for sure. Because, yeah, as you say, he's not quick.
Yeah.
He's not the sort of fittest bloke in the world, but it's just class.
Yeah, he knows how to read the game so well. But yeah, so we secured all those key position players, and then Clarkson's strategy of picking, recruiting very well through the draft with our higher picks, but also actually trading picks for players as well. We got Hale, obviously, was one of the notable ones. Burgoyne's been phenomenal. From Port, we got him. You look at a lot of, then we got Frawley, obviously, Dunstan,
We should do that the first year. I think you haven't one.
Yeah, we have
Ben McAvoy came through a couple of years ago. He's played in back-to-back premierships.
Yeah.
Late.
I'm just on the internet now, just having a look at the Hawthorn roster. Mitchell was a 3rd round selection in the national draft, so you're correct, Josh. But you have a look at some of their players that they've, got in. They've got, Taylor Duray, kicks the ball really well. Jordan Lewis, Tim O'Brien. I think when they got him, some of the criticisms were like, oh, they already have Franklin, but now he's gonna have to be called upon. You would think James Sicily.
Between him and Sicily, who will get that spot for Rufford early on?
What I'd say, I think Sicily.
Yeah, I rate
like
Sicily. He can mark a ball. He's really strong hands above his head.
He's not a big kid, but he looks just.
And he can kick it a mile.
Apparently he's 186 centimeters, weight 79.
So he's got a big jump on him though, and he's so strong above his head. You look at a player, it's almost like Jamie Elliott. He can take those big marks.
Oh yeah.
For such a small player.
And gets it done on the ground as well.
Yeah. So
from what I've seen, he's actually dead on the ground as well. It does not miss. So,
yeah.
Who's this, Sicily or Elliott?
Yeah, Sicily.
Yeah.
So it's another just young bloke who slot into a Hawthorn forward pocket. That's why I'm forward.
That's what we've done. We've got them ready-made almost. You look at our VFL side.
Jonathan O'Rourke.
But we picked him up from GWS, and he'll probably slot in now for William Shields.
Yeah, so he's another one at the Giants who's gone as a number 2 pick. Played, I think, 10 games.
Yeah, he's unlucky with injuries.
So that just shows, again, the Giants' depth in their midfield particularly. They picked him 4 years ago now as a number 2 draft pick.
Yeah, great, yeah.
And he couldn't get a game. So it's just frightening how good they're going to be. And, the Hawthorn depth, I think they've been to 3 or 4 VFL Grand Finals in a row now, along with their AFL team. So,
I think Hodgie was making the comment yesterday that even though their older players are over 30, really it doesn't matter too much about age if you have the passion for the game. That's why he was making that comment. He said, look at Mitchell. He got 45 possessions on the weekend. He's 33 something.
Yeah, it's actually. I think when you look at it, there's actually not that many older players.
Yeah.
There's only 4 or 5 of them that are over 30.
Now that we got rid of Hale and Lake retired, so we've got 4 players now who are over 30.
Yeah, so that's not that many.
Which is Gibson, Hodge, Mitchell, and Lewis. Lewis is 29 still.
Lewis? Third one.
Yeah. So all of the rest of our team. Obviously those 4 players are still very key
Yeah,
for our
they're still
success.
4 of the best players. So yeah, and then there's a lot of them that are sort of 27 to 29, but
Yeah.
it's still not that old.
I think Hawthorn really is a benchmark in so many ways. Recruiting, and just the general culture, I feel, is a lot better than most other clubs. I just feel like it's more of a selfless culture there. You talk about at Sydney Swans, they call it, what is it, the Bloods?
Yeah, the Bloods culture.
Yeah.
The Bloods culture.
It reminds me a bit of the Geelong of sort of 6 or 7 years ago when they were winning premierships and playing grand finals. Just it's a place to be, sort of players want to go
Yeah, I mean,
there. Like it's very rare where you don't hear at sort of in the middle of October where a big name is like, oh, I'm going to go to Hawthorn. As I said, like, this last year was probably the first time that Hawthorn haven't landed a big fish, so to speak.
yeah,
And even though they were going for Jack Carlisle, they didn't get him. But yeah, they're just the place to be, and it's as much off the field as it is on the field. That's why
yeah.
big names want to be at Hawthorn.
Yeah, I mean, and you look at the Gold Coast and their off-field issues last year. I mean, Harley Bennell, obviously with the drugs thing.
Yeah, I think they're starting to sort themselves out a bit. With
Yeah.
Bennell, the Fremantle, and Charlie Dixon from Port Adelaide.
And I mean, you look at the Freo culture compared to the Gold Coast culture. I think they've improved it, obviously, but
There is a lot of experienced people around at Fremantle though. With
Ross Lyon.
Ross Lyon as coach, Matthew Pavlich as captain, not anymore, but has been for a long time. So
Yeah,
it's a bit of a different situation from Fremantle to the Gold Coast, but
yeah.
they've certainly got a bit of work to do out there.
Do you think Mundy should have been named the captain? I think it should have been that Fife. I mean, we can only judge from the outside, but
It's just hard to know how. I mean, you look at, you can't see inside the club, as you're saying. So you don't know. I mean, it might have been Mundy showed the best leadership.
Yeah, as much as
in the club,
Fife is the best player at Fremantle, not in the whole game. I'm not sure whether he's touching material, especially at the moment. I think Mundy's has been sort of second in charge for a long time. And
Yeah.
slot in as captain pretty nice, I
and
think.
Fife potentially in the future, once Mundy retires or gives up his captaincy, would probably be the next logical step. They'd probably be building him over the next few years into a more leadership role. But
They've certainly got a few of them over there that
can step into that.
I mean, I just made that comment because, yeah, I know you can't look in from the inside, but I just think over the years the captains have tended to become, you know, usually like one of the best players in the squad. Like for instance, Nick Maxwell.
David Mundy still goes alright. He's still bloody good.
Yeah.
Well, and truly, and
He's
you got Barlow
probably
there
their
as well.
second best player. So
Barlow's another interesting one.
Yeah. But when David Mundy was announced captain, there was no surprise to me that he was captain. Because,
He's been doing it consistently.
Yeah. He's, as I said, he's been second in charge, so to speak,
Yeah.
probably unofficially, for most of the last 5 years of the
What do you think of the idea of co-captains though? I've never really liked that. I think if you have a leadership group, what's the point of having 2 captains in the team?
It hasn't really been that common at AFL level, except maybe at Sydney.
Yeah,
Kieran
Jack.
They've got McVeigh and Kieran Jack, and I think, if anything, it can't be. I don't think it can be a bad thing that you've got too many good leaders. You've got 2 blokes who are obviously good enough to be captain.
Yeah, I think Melbourne stuffed up though when they did it. They had
Melbourne
Trengove and Grimes.
Yeah, both of them were 20, 21 years
That was
old.
ridiculous.
Need more experience.
Yeah, if the players are there to have the 2 captains, I'd go with it. But if they're not there, you don't want to sort of force it on a kid like Trengove who's not ready.
And his form and
Yeah.
the health has probably, suffered due to that. I mean, he hasn't played for 2 years.
No, pretty much since he was captain, he's just gone so quickly downhill. On and off the field, it's been sad to see.
People can forget just how good he was. Like in his
first year, he looked like he was ready to go play AFL. Looked like he played 100 games already.
Yeah,
But
he looked. Yeah, he was the if you remember from their draft, they had he was in the Scully draft as well, so he was picked.
Scully were 1 and 2.
I mean, Scully still does well, but he's not a legitimate first round pick, in my opinion.
He hasn't come on.
He's probably the quality of the first round pick, but he's not the quality of a number 1 draft pick. I don't think.
Yeah.
In the Giants midfield, there's so many good players around there that maybe it takes a shine off him a little bit.
Yeah, he's still a good player.
He's a very solid contributor out there. It seems so he's sort of taken on a leadership role there as well. But
yeah, the other one at Melbourne, I think, is going to have a bit of a breakout year. Who's been ridiculed so much in the past is Jack Watts. I think they've just handled him poorly. I mean, when he got to the club, he got drafted at 17. I think
they really threw him under a bus pretty quickly.
And he's been absolutely maligned by media and all that. So, I mean, whether he moves at the end of the year, I know his contract's up. He's going to be headlining at the free agent sort of, I think, restricted free agent.
Yeah.
So, whether someone else picks him up and he has a fresh start, but I think he'll come on a bit this year. I think he's really his body's developed. He's ready to, he's a bigger body now.
But Jack's okay with Melbourne to put him in one position. He's played a lot of his years all over the place, and that probably hasn't helped his continuity.
Yeah, and he hasn't found his niche.
No. Yeah, he was recruited as a dominant key forward, but you looked at him when he began, and he obviously didn't have the strength to compete with the key defenders.
I think he frequently walked out to the MCG Queensburg and got slaughtered by.
Oh yeah, I remember that very. Yeah, he played us
straight away. That was sort of an inkling that he's not ready.
Yeah, he got a free kick though for that.
Yeah,
I remember that.
I think it was pretty poor of Melbourne the way they did that. He stitched him up really badly, threw him under a bus in the early stage of his career, and he just was not ready.
And that's where you look nowadays at under Paul Roos's sort of tutelage, they've really improved that club because their recruitment was. I mean, there's nothing wrong with picking up Jack Watts, but the actual development program wasn't there, obviously, because they've had that many number one picks who've gone to waste.
Yeah.
So many first round draft picks just going.
Yeah, and I look at that as more of as a development issue.
Yeah.
So you look at other clubs who are at the top of their game now, and their development of younger players has been a lot better. So I think under Bruce they've improved that significantly. You look at like Brayshaw and these young players coming through. Christian Salem, I think is going to be quite a good player.
It's also the quality of leadership around as well.
Sure,
the time Jack Watts walked into the club, the quality of Melbourne players was below par without a doubt, and it's just it made it really, really hard to beat someone like him. But then now that guys like Brayshaw and Salem are coming in, you've got Nathan Jones there as captain, who's one of the best captains in the game, probably underrated a little bit. That helps those young blokes coming in. That's got leadership around him, and then obviously with Paul as coach, so the quality of people around the club already improved dramatically in that time.
Yeah.
Help those young players.
And that brings back to the point, that the culture of clubs can be like very underrated at times. I mean, you look at the talent, but if there's no real culture, aka Gold Coast last year, I mean, it can just throw out the team. I mean, I guess injuries though play a huge part.
Gold Coast suffered a lot due to injuries. So bad. They lost pretty much their whole midfield. Their core
and that situation's kind of come up again, not as severe, but I mean they've got Jagger Amira, who's
Swallow and Ablett. Ablett's going to play.
Ablett will play. Yeah.
Jack Martin was seriously injured as well last year, wasn't he? So I mean, they've got all this young talent. I think they'll really improve this year with a lot of those players coming back.
Their starting midfield is Ablett, Swallow, Amira, and none of those three played pretty much at all last year.
And Prestia we forget as well.
Yeah.
Dion Prestia, who was, I mean, I don't know, I forget, was it an ACL that he did, or I'm not too sure what he did, but he was out for a very long time.
No, I think pretty sure Prestia ended up in their best appearance.
Did he play a bit last year? I thought he was out for a long time.
So someone like him, he's what you would consider to be second string midfielder in that Gold Coast team, ends up having to be the best player at the club because half the team's not there.
They got a
Tom Lynch won it.
Tom Lynch won it, that's right.
And Cade Colajasny came second.
So he's a halfback bunker. I'm not sure he's necessarily the one who wants to be finishing second in the best appearance. So
Prestia didn't finish in the top 10.
I'm pretty sure he was injured for quite a while.
Yeah, probably was.
Maybe
Yeah. So what are you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to say that Tom Lynch up forward for them as well. He looks impressive. I mean, they've lost Charlie Dixon as well as Bennell, who are very good players, but again, they brought a lot of negative media attention to the club.
Sam Day looks alright though.
You said before about the Giants forward line. The Gold Coast one's pretty damn good as well.
Yeah.
With Tom Lynch there at centre half forward. So if Sam Day can stand up for the Suns this year,
Yeah.
And then smaller guys around like Jack Martin.
I mean, could you imagine if they had like a proper full midfield depth and Gary Ablett was playing in the half forward playing pocket?
They got Tuke Miller there, who I rate highly as well. I think he's a sketch bloke.
Aaron Hall.
Yeah.
He
So
looks like a
he's
gun.
one that probably wouldn't have been in the team last year.
Yeah, no.
All of a sudden I don't know whether he had
He's dominating.
Yeah. He's turned himself into a really, really good player, and he'll play the high half forward flanker. Get you 25 gigs for sure.
I've got him in my fantasy team, Aaron Hall. I can't leave him out.
He's a good player.
Yeah.
Good little player.
I'm actually just trying to get my fantasy team up now, but that reminds me. Yesterday, as I was saying, I went to the AFL Captains Day, so I thought I'd just describe a bit about that. Because I created a league early, I actually won a competition where they just drew it out of the hat, and I was one out of like 3,500 league commissioners to have won it, and the prize was to get a photo with the AFL Captains. I didn't know I would be holding the 2016 Premiership Cup. It was a bit daunting because you got 4-time Premiership player Luke Hodge just handing me the cup. I'm just like, okay, cheers, Hodgie. And Gary Ablett said to me, do you have any tips? I didn't quite hear him because I was just shocked. But, like, you know how you get like starstruck a bit? Like when you've got like all these captains. It's not just one player. I think you've got like Ruiz next to me. Bob Murphy's next to me. Gary Ablett's just asked me a question. Luke Hodges just handed me the 2016.
Very good position.
Can't go wrong. But I might put it on the podcast page actually. But we were just talking about AFL fantasy boys, and who do you think are some bargains?
You got to look, I think, at their high draft picks again from last year.
Yeah, we've talked about like Clayton Oliver. Any others we've missed? Daniel Wells.
Daniel Wells, yeah, had 3 years basically. He only played 2 games last year.
His inter-club was very good, and I think even did he play against Collingwood? I think he played very well against
Collingwood.
Collingwood.
He played 1 NAB game as well, so he looks like he's going to be reasonably fit coming into round 1. Hopefully he'll be playing there.
Good pick up. I mean, I think he's priced at this. I think what is he? 155,000 or something.
And Libar as well.
Yeah.
On Liberatore didn't play at all last year, so he'll be straight into most teams I would have thought.
Yeah, because he's so hard at it. I mean, he just racks up the tackles.
He was their reigning best and fairest as of last year.
Yeah.
And then didn't even Ford started.
They'll have another good year.
Ford's,
I think their first 7 rounds were at Etihad Stadium, and they play that ground so well.
I mean, just their players, Jake Stringer, the Bont. I mean,
he's a great man.
Oh, I love him. He's just such a legend.
I mean, yeah, who wouldn't? I mean, he's just such a good player.
He just uses it so well.
Yeah, they've just got young.
They've got Suckling from Hawthorn.
He looks good.
Yeah, and I think he'll play on the wing, and he can make a meal of a couple of kicks with that weird style, but geez, he can hit a target as well. He can kick a bloody mile.
Oh yeah.
So he'd like to be playing forward as a Tom Boyd or something like that, running in.
And he took a big mark against Collingwood the other day. It was very impressive. So
who was that?
Tom Boyd.
Yeah, Tom Boyd.
He'd love to be playing forward.
Kick 4, I think.
Him running out of to a midfield of Stringer, Bottom on the belly, Suckling,
McRae,
Mitch Wallace,
Libar. You name it, they're all there. It's going to be a pretty good midfield for a long time.
Lockie Hunter.
All of it, I don't know what happened, but it was just all of a sudden he was sort of averaging 15 disposals for the next month and a half. He was averaging about.
So and then you've got off halfback, you've got experience with Murphy and Boyd, and then Jason Jameson.
They will miss Crammery.
A good team.
They will miss Crammery.
Yeah.
But having said that, you can put Stringer up forward, and it's hard.
I can see that. I'm not sure he's in your team, but Jack Stephen, I think it's St Kilda's now reigning best and fairest again.
I haven't got him, no.
I'm not sure what his price.
As in, no, I've got him, not in my team, but
I see his name there.
He's 618,000. He's too much for me.
He's expensive, but he's a machine.
Billings will have a
damn good player.
Would you go for some of these players in the 600,000 bracket? Luke Hodge? No?
I wouldn't go Hodge. As much as I love the man, he had a very good year last year, and I think he'll have another good year this year, but I don't think
wait till he's priced.
I don't think he's worth that money.
I mean, Dane Swan's definitely not worth the money. He'll be playing more forward. Get him as a forward, round 5 or whatever, when they do the dual position thing. Dangerfield's 35% of players.
So he's worth every cent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I reckon you'd want Paddy in your side.
I haven't got him. Do you want me to take my midfield?
Yeah, go through it.
Rockcliffe, captain, Ablett, vice, Taylor Adams, Ollie Wines, Matt Crouch. Have you been
Matt
looking
Crouch.
at his?
Yeah, so they're hoping that he's going to come through Adelaide with lots of Dangerfield.
His time on ground was like 69%, 70%. He's getting over 100 in the NAB challenge.
He's a classy player.
Yeah, I've got Jack Steele over Toby Green. He's 324, so I just saved a bit of money there. Sam Kerridge.
Yeah, you've got to put Kerridge in there.
Yeah.
Pretty good at Carlton.
Mills. How about your? I think Matt had a pretty potent midfield there.
Yeah, I'll just
Pretty damaged.
Yeah.
set it up now. But yeah, off the top of my head, I think I've got Ablett captain, Hanbury vice. I've got Toby Green in there.
Yeah.
Callum Mills. Dion Prestia, I think I've got in there. Although I have to look through.
Prestia you'd probably
I've
get rid
actually
of
forgotten.
because he's injured as well, isn't he? He's injured, isn't he?
I think Prestia might actually be my super coach. I've got one in Dream Team and super coach.
I could be wrong. I think Prestia's injured.
Can't be sure.
And that's just.
Not much. Just trying to
He's okay. It says in the headline, "Underdone son Prestia racing the clock."
Yeah, so there's a lot of the best players who are 100% fit probably coming in around one, but I'd be surprised if any of them didn't play.
Yeah, get them
Someone
up.
like him, Ablett, even Nick Rewell's come out with a sore calf after that challenge team played the other week.
Yeah.
He'll play round one. There's a lot of them.
He made a joke about that with the media very well.
As long as he's 100% fit,
Yeah,
not too tough. And he's there for his 300 game in round two.
yeah.
So that'd be a big occasion for the Saints.
Matt,
Look forward to that, yeah.
Matt, have you got it?
No,
alright.
The
Reception's
studio is
closed
lacking.
down.
Yeah.
But,
That's all
I've brought in Pritis and I've got Rockcliffe,
Oh,
Pritis, Hanbury, Gary Ablett, Toby Green. I've got a very good, strong midfield, so
yeah.
get around it.
Whatever, we'll see how we go.
Issues. So Matt, who have you got there in your team for AFL Fantasy? It's still not up.
No, we're looking at
I
top
was
8
looking at my top 8 predictions.
premiership predictions.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we'll go
So-
with Matt. What have you got, mate?
Alright, well, my top 8, I've got, I reckon Hawthorn will get it done for a fourth in a row. That might be biased as well, me being a massive Hawthorn
I think you're
supporter.
pretty comfortable there.
But I've got a Hawthorn West Coast Grand Final, so I've got West Coast to finish second. I think Port and North will play in the prelims. North might play a third prelim in a row, but so I've got
Quite good there again.
yeah, and I've got the Doggies 5th, GWS 6th, Collingwood Geelong 7th, Collingwood 8th. And I've got my most improved team. I reckon the D's will have a big year. I reckon I'll fall just outside the 8, but I think they'll have a very good year. Brownlow can't go past Gary Ablett. And for the Coleman, it's hard to see it go past Kennedy.
Yeah.
He's just been unbelievable. Last year was so good. So
I mean, just on that though, haven't they set the time limit for like how long you can set it?
yeah, Josh has got a big role in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That's all me, boys. All
yeah,
me.
with Josh Kennedy though, I mean, Josh Kennedy, he takes a while to get his, set up shot goal going. But so Josh, so for people who don't know, Josh is Josh, you explain your role.
Yeah, I just started as a scoreboard attendant at the AFL in season 2016 and sort of evolved this year to having the shot clock. So similar to basketball, but not really, because obviously when a player takes a mark, goes back, has their shot for goal, in the past it's been umpire says, yep, you got 30 seconds, but it's sort of been a little bit vague, because obviously you've got a million things going for an umpire says, so I can't really count 31. So as soon as the player takes a mark, shot clock goes up on the screen, and it's there for everyone to see, so they're not going to go much longer than 30 seconds. So
How does that work though? Is it when by the time they have to kick the ball, or when they start their?
they start walking in, shot clock goes off. So
Yeah.
they go back to their mark, they take their 15 seconds, whatever they need, and as long as they start walking in before the 30 seconds, it's fair game. So someone like, I know he's not playing AFL anymore, but Ahmed Saad,
Yeah.
who played for St Kilda, who had the longest run up of all time,
Oh,
he probably wouldn't have too many issues because he didn't take too long before the run up, but it just went so long that it probably felt like it was going forever. But he's run up, as long as he starts walking in, it's all good. So yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bit of news.
So, So, what are you doing? Some like MCG matches, or?
Yeah, I'll be working in Melbourne, so both at MCG and Iliad, and also,
That's an important role.
Also, at the big game on Anzac Day at the MCG.
Ooh, not a big game anymore. I think we'll know the winner there.
I think it's still going to be a big occasion. It may
Yeah.
not be the same sort of quality of game, but
It's
the
always
occasion
a
is still
spectacle,
certain,
yeah.
Yeah.
Just going through my top 8 predictions and predictions as Matt was before.
Go
so
for it.
Get back to you on that. Hold
Oh, okay.
on. Keep
Just on the Anzac Day thing, I mean, no. I wasn't making fun of the spectacle. It's obviously a great occasion, but obviously it's not going to be
the quality of
the
game.
glamour of the match. Yeah, I don't think that will
I mean,
be.
you can always hope for a miracle that Essendon somehow perform on the day, and I've always loved the close. I remember I think my favourite one. You probably don't like it as much, Jono, being on the losing end, but when Zaha Arthur's kicked that goal and it started,
That'll go down.
raining. That was
Yeah.
unbelievable. I hate both sides personally, but like my goodness, I've watched that on YouTube a fair few times.
Zaha
The Stephen Quartermain call.
Yeah.
History is
I love the Channel 10 footy. Can't beat that.
Yes,
Before the game, and they just had quarters and
Shawnee.
yeah, Shawnee, yeah. But yeah, you had your Malcolm Blight, and the commentary team was awesome, and they just put on. They did it really well. Yeah, again, it's Dennis Mendes last year as well, calling the Saints, which is sad because he's been doing it for a long time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I've got my predictions here if you want to listen. My premiership, same as Matt, I've gone with the Hawks to beat the Eagles in the grand final again. The top 8 looks a bit different from that. I've gone the Hawks and the Eagles to 9-2, so it's the same. But then I've gone Geelong at number 3, because I just think they're going to be pretty damn good. And to be honest, with the recruiting they've done the last 12 months, they're going to have to be good, because otherwise they're going to fall away pretty quick in the next couple of years. I've got North Melbourne again to finish 4th. They can string it together during the home and away season. Port Adelaide finish 5th. And play the Bulldogs in the elimination final and finish 8th. And then Richmond will play the Giants, finish 6th and 7th in Melbourne in the elimination final. So, and then for the Brownlow, I've gone Danger from Geelong. I reckon he'll have a big year in that. My rising star, Callum Mills, to Sydney. He's no challenge for him, pretty unbelievable. And if he gets a game in Sydney, he's going to be pretty good. And hopefully, it won't be the same situation as Isaac King last year, who dominated the early months of the year. And me, I think it was towards the end of the year, so probably missed out on a few votes in the rising star. And the Coleman, they've gone, same as Matt. Josh Kennedy gets it done in Perth and they'll win. They've played 12 games in Perth and they'll probably win all 12. And if he averages 3 or 4 goals a game, there's 50 goals in 12 games, and then it's been pretty hard to beat from there. So, yeah, that's my prediction. Although I do have a smoky for the rising star. I saw an odds the other day and he was paying $60. Blake Acres at St Kilda just scraped into qualification as a rising star candidate, and similar to Patrick Cripps, who already had 12 months in the system, similar sort of body type, player type. If he has 22 games, he's going to be a chance.
I think in the top 3, I think Darcy Moore from Collingwood.
I'm pretty sure
we saw last year with Hogan taking it out that forwards all of a sudden.
And Darcy Moore, he looks good.
He's a different type of forward to Jesse Hogan though, so
he's not he gets around. He's more mobile.
He's more mobile. He can take a mark.
I'm presuming he's still qualified.
He's
he's got to be a chance as well. So the rising star competition is
pretty open.
Probably Mills is the leading favourite.
I think the favourite early on was Petrarca, but I think given that he hasn't played during the NAB challenge, it's probably going to be hard to sort of gauge his form. But yeah, there's plenty of, and then obviously we talked about Clayton Oliver before at Melbourne. He sort of stood out during the NAB challenge, so he's got to be a chance as well. So yeah, there's plenty of good young players running around at the moment.
Yeah. All right. So I'll give my predictions. So I don't have it on my phone, but I'll just do it off the top of my head. So first, I'd pick Hawthorn to win the premiership as well as to finish first. To finish second, I'd go West Coast. Third, Fremantle. Fourth, I would go Port. Fifth, I would go Geelong. Sixth, I wouldn't include Richmond in that. I reckon 8th, Richmond. 7th, Collingwood. And 6th, GWS.
Yeah.
Why didn't you include Collingwood in the top 8? Just too many other things. You reckon?
Yeah, I didn't even have Fremantle in my top 8.
Yeah, I didn't have Sydney or Freo.
Oh yeah. We just.
I didn't have this
Oh,
one.
obviously they're gonna make the top 8.
Oh,
I'm not so
I don't
sure.
know. Honestly,
Fremantle.
Fremantle and Sydney, I don't know. I think they're aging too much, and I think Sydney, like Franklin's suspect. I mean, he's a gun player when he plays, but he didn't play at the end of last season.
He's looked good in that chance.
Yeah, but
yeah,
I don't know about Sydney.
I haven't got Fremantle, Sydney, or Collingwood in my top 8.
But like you were saying though with Sydney, like Dan Hanbury.
They're a good side, don't get me wrong, but I just think there's that many teams around. I mean, it's going to be so hard to pick.
I mean, Luke Hodge made the comment on AFL Captains Day that it looks like another open season.
Yeah, it does.
He made the comment that I don't know, like if we can take this literally. I don't agree with it personally, but he was like 8 to 10 teams could make a case for contending for the premiership.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's
not for the flag,
but for finals.
For finals,
yeah.
There's a lot of.
I think there's more than 10. I think there's about 13 or 14.
Yeah, you've got Essendon and Carlton obviously at the very bottom. Brisbane won't do much.
Yeah.
But I think almost the rest of the competition
Yeah, I think
is open.
teams like Melbourne and St Kilda, they didn't go. They finished 13th, 14th last year. They're genuinely thinking they're a chance of finals.
Doggies obviously rising up.
Yeah, how can you count out Collingwood as well? I mean,
Yeah,
I got Collingwood in sneaking in 8.
Yeah, I mean, we've got Trelaw. We've got Trelaw now.
Still counting Collingwood out.
Yeah.
There's teams like the Gold Coast, GWS, who've just got class all over the field. Collingwood, and as I said, I haven't got Fremantle or Sydney.
I mean, even the Crows are a good side.
Yeah, they made a semi-final last year, but they didn't make a semi-final for no reason. So,
although they've lost Yench.
Yeah,
and that's
probably not a huge loss given that he didn't play all last year. But
no, but I mean, he's been a class player in the past.
The loss of Dangerfield and him as well. There's as I say, there's genuinely 13 teams that probably fit into a top 8 spot. So it's gonna be tough. And just FYI, I've got the Rising Star odds, and they're current outright favourite, number 1 draft pick, Jacob Wiedering, and then Callum Hills number 2.
Right, yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how Wiedering goes. Big opening Carlton v Richmond on Thursday night.
And then you got Darcy Parish at Essendon. He'll 100% play.
Yeah, big 5.
He'll play 20 games this year, given their
apparently he's a good.
He's a classy player. Darcy Moore, a couple other boys, the Bombers, Laverty, who played a bit last year. I think we've seen a bit of Wayne Malera at Adelaide.
Yeah.
Both pick up and draft look pretty good. So the draft market, the Rising Star market is pretty open at the moment.
Yeah, I know you guys like having a bet on certain.
Oh, every so often.
Not so much.
Do you bet on those type of things though?
Oh, I bet on the Brownlow every year.
Yeah, I remember Matt asked me for a tip on the Collingwood one, and he was like, "Pendles or Swan," and I was like, "Oh no," I was like, "That's such a hard one."
Votes. I think it was Swanee, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I told him to pick Pendles. Pendles won our best and fairest by a mile.
Yeah, the best and fairest and Brownlow.
Yeah.
Don't always correlate.
Yeah, for sure. I don't bet on much footy wise though.
Yeah.
Thoroughbreds, mate. bit more value for money in there.
Yeah, but they've even got AFL Fantasy like betting stuff as well. I don't know if you guys have seen.
I don't think I'll start.
Have you heard of
the real stuff?
Yeah. I'll just as a matter of. So, do you guys follow DT Talk?
No. On Facebook.
Do you know like Warney, Calvin, Roy? You've heard of this?
I've heard of them, but
I highly recommend.
Right, I've liked a couple of pages on Facebook, which give me, a couple of expert tips and stuff. But half the time I've got to subscribe to the Herald Sun, and it's like $3.50 a week, and I'm gonna make that money. So So I generally I'll just go sort of just trying to use my head.
But I'm just having a look here. How can you not go with Rockcliffe captain? You guys are not on the boat.
Let's wait and see how we go. All right.
I'm not. No, Gary Ablett's my vice. But if you're crazy, if you.
I have a feeling that we'll be back in round 6 and say, "Gee whiz, how good's Gary Ablett been for the first 6?"
No, we'll be saying
we've got a brand.
No, we'll be saying both have been going.
Well, actually, I think you're already a favourite, Gary Ablett.
Yeah, I think we'll be saying he's an unbackable Brownlow favourite.
Yeah, it'd be like 5.
No, but yeah. I'm talking about just from an AFL fantasy perspective, rather than like a Brownlow.
I reckon after round 6, if he's the unbackable Brownlow favourite, he's going to be pretty good at AFL fantasy.
Yeah, consistency. All about the consistency.
Guys, tackles, right? Look at this. Like, he averages over like 7 tackles a game, 14 tackles, 12 tackles. He marks the ball, 10 tackles, 8 tackles, 7 mark. Like, Gary Ablett can't do that.
Kicks goals though.
Gary Ablett can rack up the pill.
But Tom Rocket can tackle, and tackles are 1 point more than kicks.
Goals are worth more though, and he kicks 3 or 4 in the game. So
You'll be certain he'll play a bit more up.
I reckon you guys will regret this. What are we saying? Round 5. Round 5. My prediction is that Rockcliffe will be the highest scorer in AFL Fantasy.
My prediction is you'll be wrong, mate.
Might as well be
my
wrong.
prediction will be Gary Ablett with a $1.50 Brownlow favourite.
I reckon, yeah, closely followed by Fife at about $6 the next game.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying Rockcliffe.
And then $10 after that.
I'm not saying Rockcliffe is a Brownlow favourite. I'm just talking about fantasy.
Rockcliffe's a good player, but I just don't think he's in the same league as that.
Yeah.
Not yet.
He's not.
He could be, but
but from AFL Fantasy, right? Like, it's not about necessarily the best player. I mean, we're talking about Supercoach versus AFL Fantasy. That's a good topic to talk about because the scoring systems are completely different. AFL Fantasy, it doesn't really measure efficiency. If someone does a bad kick out of bounds on the full, they don't deduct points. Supercoach does.
I probably do. It's probably a free kick against.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
That's a technicality in a hundred.
Yeah, but I'll rephrase.
If he turns the kick over to off.
Yeah, that's not deducted, whereas with Supercoach it is deducted.
Yeah, well, it's two different. I play both. I like both, but I mean,
I think
they're all even anyway because
you get more points in Supercoach.
Yeah,
it's like contested ball, which
Supercoach you tend to score a lot higher than you will.
Yeah, Supercoach is
why
more.
Someone like Nat 5 is so good at Supercoach because he gets 25 kicks and 18 in contested.
Yeah.
So that helps his scores as well.
Same with Pendles as well because his efficiency is just.
Yeah, the back line.
Yeah.
Mitchell doesn't have to get a lot of footy, but every single kick is a target, so he gets million points. So. Yeah.
It's just when you see sometimes on TV, they don't show the Supercoach like scores because it's not they don't really. Supercoach is more of a Herald Sun.
Yeah, it's not an AFL group.
Yeah.
Well, it's true, but like it's not an AFL product.
I'm in it for the car personally. What is it? It's still an FJ Cruiser, I think. I wouldn't mind it.
Isn't it a 50k?
It's 50k, yeah.
I can buy myself a car. So.
The AFL Fantasy prize is 25,000 plus grand final tickets plus some other stuff.
I'd be more than happy.
As a Hawthorn,
but the Supercoach.
I missed out last year in the ballot.
Yeah, looks like Mark Robertson has revealed his Supercoach lineup.
Yeah, wouldn't be ground breaking stuff.
Let's look through his midfield.
Looks like we've got Nat 5 as captain.
Yep, Gary Ablett, Prittis, Shield, Dylan Shield looks alright. Did you see his exercise with
the hamstrings?
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Highly recommend.
I could feel my hamstrings tearing just looking at it.
I think mine actually tore that day when I did that. When I squashed that, that was horrendous. I'd never have done that.
Just absolutely amazing. Just like it got so many views, just went completely viral.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, it's very impressive.
Uh-huh.
One thing I wouldn't mind being able to do. The party trick.
I wish my hamstrings were a quarter of that strong. That strength.
Yeah.
But they're not.
So to end off, guys, who do you have playing for the first game of the AFL season? Or rather, should we look through who we think is going to win in the first round? Should we do that? Should we do that? Yeah.
We'll go with that. Our round 1 tips.
Yeah, our round 1 tips.
5 days out. Or whatever it is, a week out.
Yeah.
Yeah, next Thursday.
First round tips.
Yeah, first round tips, boys. Next Thursday night at the G. Richmond Carlton, I think it's pretty obvious. I'm going to stick with the
Tigers.
Yeah.
Richmond will not want to lose that game.
The Tigs, they'll be up and about after one round.
They'll be top of the table.
Saturday, a very interesting clash. Melbourne versus GWS. I think GWS get them, but I think Melbourne put up a pretty... Yeah, at the G, 140. I think the Giants will be just good enough, though.
Yeah, I agree. I think
Giants.
It'll be a good game.
Then Metricon, another easy one you'd imagine for Gold Coast to beat Essendon and Metricon.
Yeah.
It's a sure thing, I reckon.
This one's a harder one.
The North Melbourne versus Adelaide at Etihad. I reckon the Kangas will get up. I reckon North will get up in that.
Yeah, I think on the home deck, I think the Kangaroos will get that done, but it'll be a good game.
And then yet another good one. SCG.
Although just on that point, North Melbourne had a terrible round 1. round 1 record over the last 10
Yeah,
years.
I'm actually going Adelaide.
Yeah.
I really like. I think Tex Walker. I just think their team's like
I
really
think,
good.
Adelaide are a smoky bed. Not a lot of people are talking about them finals. So
No.
they've got to be a chance.
I'm going Adelaide.
I'm sticking just the fact that it's in Melbourne. I've got to go north.
Yeah.
SCG that night again. Sydney versus Collingwood. That's a big game.
Okay, I'm going to go Collingwood obviously because I support them.
I
think Sydney and the
it's a
SCG.
flip
Sydney
of the
are
coin.
favourite.
It's a flip of the coin, but I reckon
We've got a good track record on
Pies,
SCG.
Yeah, I reckon the Pies might get up.
Going to stick with this one.
Mm-hmm.
So we move on to the Sunday games. We got the Western Bulldogs
Ooh.
versus Freo at Etihad. It's at Etihad, so I'm going to go to Doggies. Just at Etihad, they play that ground so well.
Fremantle's the favourite for this.
The Dockers are favourites for that game, but
I think Bulldogs.
I agree. I think the Bulldogs will get it done.
Yeah, Libba and
Not just, but I think they will.
Then we got Port v St Kilda.
Are you going to support?
That's in Adelaide.
As much as I'd love to say about it, how I'll get it done.
Port will just be too good.
They have to.
At Adelaide Oval as well. That's a big factor.
Yeah.
That ground is unbelievable for the first round as well. The packed crowd.
And just I think the Port, I know, like we already mentioned, it's just that they must train them so hard because they're run and carry. I mean, they're talking about their fitness.
Hard.
Yeah.
They just have to get that game done. They can't lose round 1 to St Kilda.
Yeah.
In Perth,
West
West Coast versus Brisbane. You got to chalk that one up to the
Especially
West
Dane
Coast.
Beams and not. Yeah.
And then the Easter Monday one, I'm looking forward to this.
This will be
Geelong
unbelievable.
Hawthorn at the G. I've got to go my boys, the Hawkers.
You have to think so, but
Although, I guess we've been over the top of the Cats recently.
What was that?
235 for Geelong.
That's good odds.
Held the odds,
I
but I think the Hawks will
I think the Hawks will get it done. I think another factor you have to consider there is even though Joel Selwood will be playing, he's had an underdone pre-season. Scott Selwood's not playing. But Dangerfield looks... I mean, you're going to have to stop Dangerfield. How are you going to do that?
Whether Langford will come in, I don't know. Langford's been proven to be a good run with player for us. We've lost Shields, so it would be between him and O'Rourke. I think he'll come in to replace Shields. But we might even just let Dangerfield run. I don't think Clarkson's often too fussed about one player racking up a lot of the ball. Our biggest issue is stopping his run and carry. That's his his greatest asset. Yeah.
Can you stop it though? Because he just explodes.
I look at it. He can't kick 20 goals.
Yeah.
He can't kick 15, 20 goals off his own boot.
You could set him off.
I look at it and I go, I think our forward structure is just too well spread, and I think if we win the midfield battle, we'll win the game.
Yeah, I think if it's player for player, I think the Hawks win.
Yeah.
20 to 18. Pretty good team. So,
yeah. I mean, he looks better though in Geelong, Patrick Dangerfield, than he does now. Just something about him this year.
He looked pretty damn good at Adelaide.
No, he was good. Yeah, but he just in the NAB Challenge, he just looked sensational. I mean, it's proven because he's named as the Brownlow favourite by the AFL Captains.
Well,
obviously,
he was the runner-up last year, so
he always bowls well.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be another good game. I think we're back to the old days of Hawthorn Geelong. I think there's going to be the domination Hawthorn had in the last couple of years.
I think it'll be, as long as the Kennett doesn't come back, I'll be happy.
Yeah, I think with Dangerfield, Lockie Anderson, and they picked up Scott Selwood, but that was another one.
I got Zach Smith in the ruck.
Yeah, Zach Smith.
Yeah.
I think well, hopefully we might see a bit more of those Hawthorn Geelong 08 12 sort of.
Very good games.
Yeah.
We can see another one of those on Easter Monday. I think they'll be extremely fun.
And how's your AFL Fantasy team lining up? Are you guys going to change a few things?
I'm changing a few things. Dane Beams.
Got to put your team together first. Got to pick for 22.
But I won't be changing a whole heap. I've got my midfield sorted, my board line sorted.
Who are you guys playing in the first round?
No idea.
No idea. I've put in some league players like Scott Pendlebury and
I haven't even got anyone in my team yet. So.
I'll run through. I've got Taylor Duray this is my back line. Taylor Duray, Heath Shaw, Jacob Wiedering, Daniel Howe, Nick Malcheski, and Kieran Byrne. I think
Is Daniel Howe going to be a best 22 player for Hawthorn?
I think he might play early on, but I don't know.
Because he's not worth that price if he's not going to play.
No, I understand that.
Yeah.
He's a very good player.
He's a good player, yeah.
So, and the fact that there's no subs this year is really good for that.
That's great.
Yeah. And then in my midfield, I got Tom Liberatore, Gary Ablett, captain, Marcus Bontempelli. Got to get rid of Dane Beams. Might put in Critters or someone, just another elite player. Dan Hanbury, my vice captain. I've got Prestia in, Toby Green, Tom Rockcliffe. I've got Callum Mills on the bench. Zach Smith and Matt Leuenberger, my ruckman.
Yeah.
That might change again.
I
think
Leuenberger miss there.
Yeah, I think I like Leuenberger, but I might change Zach Smith. I'm not pretty sure.
Hasn't had a pre-season game though. Leuenberger in the AFL.
That's not a good sign for me.
And then I've got up forward Petrarca, obviously. Sam Kerridge, Jed Anderson, Lance Franklin, Jack Billings, and Daniel Wells.
Can you afford to go to Petrarca though?
Risky. I think
that's risky.
He's a classy player, but yeah.
I know.
If he's picked for round 1, I reckon.
Jack Billings.
Yeah.
Jack Billings.
Oh, he midfield time.
I've also got on my bench there Tim O'Brien from Hawthorn. I'm hoping he might get a bit of a run without Roughhead.
Why not?
Because he's 125,000, so he's very cheap.
Oh, how much is Sicily?
I think he's a bit more expensive because he played a bit last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack Billings has to be in your team every single time. He kicked 3 goals in the first quarter against Melbourne, talking about 15 at the end, but he was unreal.
Yeah, and my last tip would be Jordan De Goey from Collingwood. Yeah, he looks really good. But I think this podcast has gone for a good hour, so a bit over an hour. So hopefully, in the future we can do like a few of these, maybe just from time to time.
Yeah, can't beat it for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you for listening to the Jono Talks podcast, and thank you to Matt and Josh for coming on.
All right, thanks for having us.